Okay, so welcome to this tier list I'm about to make of the Sonic games. Now, this will be the Sonic games that I've played recently to have a reasonable opinion on, and I'll be mostly judging them as games, not anything like music or story or anything subjective like that. So, how I experience the gameplay itself, for the most part, will be how I'm judging these games. So, let's get started. The original Sonic 1 on the Sega Genesis. Love it. This is a classic game. I arguably love it more than like the other 2D Sonic games. It's just got a nice charm to it. It's old, yeah, it hasn't aged the best, but it still does what it does well. It's good for what it is, and it's while it's not aged that well, it's still a lot of fun to play, and I love going back to it. Now, I haven't played Sonic Adventure 2 in a while, but the last time I did, I had a lot of fun playing it, so I'm going to put that in Love It as well. Like, the shooting segments and the treasure hunting segments aren't all that bad. Actually, the only stages I really hated that much were Security Hall and Mad Space, which were both treasure hunting stages. So, yeah, the treasure hunting stages aren't that great, but most of them are actually okay. Anyway, Sonic Blast. Maybe a hot take. This one isn't so bad. It's kind of mid, but I do like it. It's just kind of slow, and some of the stages are a little unfair, but I was able to get the hang of it, and it was a good bit of fun. Anyway, Sonic Adventure. Yeah, I do like this game. Well, kind of. Like, Amy and Big aren't that much fun to play as, and Knuckles is Knuckles. Yeah. Sonic, though, is great. In fact, he should have had more stages in that game, and Amy and Big kind of didn't really belong in that game. Especially Big. Anyway, for all the games that have more than one port, I'll be ranking the original, unless there's a substantial difference that makes me prefer the newer one. Anyway, so next among these, which ones that I've played recently? Shadow the Hedgehog. I haven't played this very recently, but I do honestly love this game. It's a lot of fun, even though the story is really weird and the tone is all over the place. Honestly, the shooting is a lot of fun, and while it doesn't really fit a Sonic game, it controls well for what it is, and the gameplay handles itself well, and the execution is definitely there. So I would say that I really do enjoy this game. Now, up to Sonic 06, and this will definitely be a hot take, but I actually do really like this game. It's janky and tough to control, and especially in those Mach speed sections. But it's really it's kind of a bad game, but it's not nearly as bad as it's made out to be. And more often than not, I had fun playing it. So I will say, love it. Sonic 2, it's not as good as Sonic 1. I mean, the special stages are better, but some of the later ones feel a little bit unfair. So, then again, you could say that about Sonic 1, some of the special stages, but I'm able to get the ones in Sonic 1 consistently well. So, yeah. But the zones in Sonic 2 do have more of a speed factor to them. So the game is about as good as the original. Plus, like, the final bosses are a nice challenge, and unlike certain other parts of the game, I actually find them to be fair. Unless you're playing as Knuckles, which, yeah, the final boss, the Death Egg robot, not great. So I will put Sonic 2 in Love It. Now, Sonic Heroes, I have played this recently. I didn't bother to finish it because it's just terrible. Like, it feels terrible, the physics are terrible, the controls are terrible. This game could have lived up to its potential, and yet it just didn't. The multiple playable characters were a great idea, but they were wasted on just moving forward using one specific character to carry out a task. And that's really boring. Not to mention, you have to play the same boring game 4 times before you can get to the end. And that just sucks. I really hate this game. It has to be my least favorite, and I'm going to put it in the absolute garbage tier. Sonic and the Secret Rings. Well, I did recently order a Wii remote, so I should be able to play this game and get a good feel for it. So, anyway, yeah. For now, I'll leave it alone until I've played it. Sonic Unleashed. I'll be judging the HD version, the Wii and PS2 version, not so much because I haven't played those recently enough or completed them recently enough to have a full opinion on them. But Sonic Unleashed is my favorite Sonic game of all time. I don't feel the need to explain myself. It's just that good. Sonic 4 Episode 1, I don't hate it. It's really mid and kind of boring, but at the same time, the expectations for what a Sonic the Hedgehog 3 sequel should have been were really high, and such a mediocre game could never meet those expectations. Aside from as mediocre as it is, it's just kind of bland and forgettable, and honestly, it's just not something I regularly go back to. But I do have some fun with it from time to time, so I will say I don't hate it. Anyway, Sonic Generations, hot take, this game is overrated. I do like Sonic Generations, but it is overrated. So I will put it in the like it tier. Actually, I don't know if it's fair to put that above Sonic Blast. So I will say put Sonic Blast below that and say kinda like Sonic Blast. Then there's Sonic Rush, Sonic Colors. Now, since the Sonic Colors Ultimate version does have changes that I prefer over the base game, I will be ranking that instead. And I will honestly say, yeah, it's on the same level as Sonic Generations. I honestly really enjoyed it. It's, kind of slow, but it's like, and the bosses are repeated over and over again, but it's not bad by any means. It's a good game, and it's not as much fun as I've had with other games, but I do like it. It's just that there are a lot of slow, short levels that overstay their welcome, especially given how many of them there are. And anyway, yeah, that's kind of Sonic Lost World. While I don't hate it, I definitely don't hate it. It's not as fun as the other games, and it's not a bad game, but it's really weird. So I'm going to say kinda like it. Now, Sonic 1 on the Master System, actually I played the Game Gear version, but they're very similar systems. So I will say I actually really did like this one. I would put it on the same level as Sonic Generations and Sonic Colors Ultimate. So, yes. Sonic 4 Episode 2, about the same thing as these other 3 Sonic Generations, Sonic Colors Ultimate, and Sonic 1 Game Gear. So, yeah, I like it. It's definitely a step up from the original, and it handles the multiple playable characters thing well, unlike Sonic Heroes. Basically, you can use Sonic and Tails' moves whenever you want, and while you are forced to use a particular one at some points, you have more options to use them whenever you want to than you did in Sonic Heroes. So I feel like it was handled better. Anyway, on to Sonic Mania. It's not my favorite, but I do like it. I think it's a little overrated, but I do end up having fun with it every so often. So I will say, like it. Sonic Origins. Now, I know this is definitely a hot take, but I actually think, well, Sonic Origins has gotten a lot of patches, so it's definitely not bad right now, but if you want the authentic experience, then I would recommend finding it elsewhere. Like the Nintendo Switch has versions of Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 that are reasonably good emulations of the original, so I would play those. Anyway, yeah. Sonic Origins, love it, since it lets me play two of the games that I do love, and Sonic CD, and the Game Gear games. There is no Origins Plus on this tier list, so I'll leave it where it is. Sonic Forces, now this will definitely be a hot take, but I do like this game. And, yeah, classic Sonic. Classic Sonic really ruins this game for me. But other than that, the game is pretty solid. The the stages could be more open, but it's not as linear and automated as it's made out to be. There are segments where you can branch out, defeat secret enemies that you wouldn't otherwise find, and you can even find these kind of things in Luminous Forest of all places, if you look hard enough. And I just randomly pulled back on the analog stick at the end one day and found a few enemies to destroy for some more bonus points. So yeah, I will say that I definitely do like this game, but it's not my favorite. Anyway, I haven't played Murder of Sonic in over 2 years, but I definitely did have a lot of fun with it. And since it is mostly a story, that's what I'll be judging. Since it was a good story, and I think it did a lot of the characters justice, so I think I will say that I did, in fact, like it. Sonic Superstars, mostly a good game, but the bosses kind of ruin it, so I will say, I do like it, but, it definitely could have been better. The bosses really kill it. Sonic Frontiers, this game is really overrated in my opinion. I do like it. I do think it's fun, but it's really padded out, and the DLC is more difficult and than I would like it to be. It's either way too difficult or way too easy for me, with no in between. But ranking the base game itself, it's not bad. I would say I like it. Sonic Dream Team, I don't have an iPhone, so I can't play that. Shadow Generations, I actually had way more fun with that than I did Sonic Generations, so I will say I love it. Sonic CD, yeah, the time travel thing, it's a good idea in concept, but I definitely don't hate this game. And it is kind of fun, but it can only be so much fun when you're trying to either get the time stones with limited tries, like something that Sonic Origins does end up fixing, but either that or going to the past to get all the robot machines can be tedious, but otherwise it is a good game that I do have fun with. So I will say kinda like it. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, this one is honestly Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, but kinda better. The second half definitely drags it down, but it's a good experience overall, so I will say love it. Now, that's all the Sonic games on this list that I've played recently enough to have an opinion on, minus the ones that have remasters or different ports that so yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I will be opening this to channel members. Anyways, don't forget to renew your channel membership if you haven't already. And if I do decide to make this public, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed listening to me talk about these games. Anyways, stay safe and stay awesome.